Close enough.
It's weird though.
It is though, because even ours is like even darker
Here.
too.
Yeah.
Like
it's more saturated.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
is that?
they can fix it in post. It's the power of magic and editing.
Is it?
I don't know.
It feels like it's the power of it just being broke.
It's always broken.
I think we needed to restore to default and just start over.
I don't know how to do that.
I mean, civilization as a whole, not just
agree.
the cameras.
I
Just
agree.
Let's go back to leather clothes and hunting berries.
Bartering system.
Yeah. You know what?
The strongest person rules.
Yep.
And we
Women not having any rights.
no, we'll implement
What's the
rights.
difference?
Hey, get a gun or learn to throw
That's my
hands.
joke.
You come in, shoot somebody. I have rights now.
Yeah. You know?
Love
Who's
to be a
gonna question
bartering
me?
system.
Yeah.
I'd trade so much shit.
It's the standard cave law.
Yeah.
I'd be, bro. It'd be great.
No,
Great.
the Bree hates women allegations, let me tell you, is staying true
I
in
love
the
them.
Walking Dead game.
Dang. All right.
So I'm gonna do my best not to spoil the game.
Yeah, don't
right?
spoil nothing.
But
Even though it is a however old long.
so there are
now.
two characters at a certain point in the game. One of which he's a door guarder. He guards doors.
Okay, there's
Up
a
to
lot
this
more
point.
to this
There
guy than
really
just
is
guarding
not.
a
There
door.
really isn't.
This
There
guy has
really
lived
isn't.
a
You telling me
whole-
man's toe door?
I also don't know
Door
that.
I
guard,
don't
but that's
know
the
what
name
that
of the
is either.
penis.
He is.
He's lived a full life. He probably has a whole life history. He probably has family and loved ones.
Let's not worry about the probably. Okay, it is a
They're
zombie
the probable
apocalypse.
table. Like, we talked about that the other day, right? Like they're the hypothetical table.
Yeah. So he zombie apocalypse. He is the only interaction you have had with this guy is he watches outside the door to see the zombies. Right. Important role. Sure.
I think I know the part you're talking about.
Option 2.
Oh my god.
Option
the
2.
Flashback.
The most boss bitch you can think
gonna
of.
say,
Okay, heels, skirt. Every shot is a headshot. She's popping heads like it's fucking nobody's
not all
business.
headshots.
Non-stop
No,
headshots.
Okay, you're exaggerating. A little bit.
90%
I mean, if she's got
headshot.
heels in a short skirt, I know what head she can pop. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I thought I'd be sexist for a minute. I can't let Brie take my title.
That makes sense.
I mean, sometimes you gotta defend your crown.
So headshots, right? Just popping shots. She's got that aim. Okay, probably saved
got
your
that
life
dog in
multiple
her.
instances at this point. And you could choose, like, who do you want to kill, or who do you want to save? I
Yeah.
should say. And who do you think Bree chose?
The headshot person.
Not the lady.
No, okay. Let me explain
wanna make that
because I
clear.
explained this in the video, and he's leaving out all this information. So one guy is pinned against the wall. There's like a hole in the wall. Zombies are like covering over him with his through this hole in the wall. She has a zombie that's like grabbing onto her ankle while she has a gun in her hand.
Right.
And her other foot is
Out of
free.
ammo. Keep that in mind.
Doesn't matter.
Out of ammo.
Still a weapon. Still a weapon that you can use to smack somebody with. And she has another foot free with a heel on it, by the way. So my idea is, well, this bitch can just
Wow.
smack him in the
Damn,
head
such
with
language.
her.
Damn, even calling her a bitch.
I mean, she's dead now,
Damn.
so
Wow. Spoilers.
it's fine. Well, hey,
it's
okay.
It might not happen in your playthrough.
yeah. Anyway, so in my head, I'm
I
like,
don't
this
think it
girl
did.
can just kick the zombie in the head with her other heel or smack it upside the head with her gun. So I went to go save
Well, I mean,
the other guy.
could quit complaining and be a man.
But he's literally like in a straitjacket of zombie arms. So I go and help this guy.
Sounds like poor decision
good.
making.
while I look over and she just gets killed because she didn't use her.
So
She wasn't at her fullest potential, I guess.
I gotta know. So like you also saved this guy because he had a full life.
He needed my help more than she did.
Okay, but if she didn't have any ammo,
She
what
had
I'm
a
saying.
heel
she brought the
and
most
they were
to the
grabbing
group.
her ankle on the floor
Yeah,
where she could have used her foot to kick the
yeah, but
skull
she
in.
only had one zombie against her when the other guy had a whole team. When he was more or
Exactly.
less
So he needed my help.
no,
more.
but if he's more or less done anyway,
he's not.
why not
'cause
help?
he lived because I saved
Well, the other
him.
one could have lived,
Right? And now you're gunless.
and now you
have
got
no gun.
Now you got a door
She had
guard
no
versus.
ammo.
She had ammo. She was trying to reach the ammo box.
Damn, why do you hate women? Why do women hate women?
I hate-
women hate seeing women succeed.
Option was zombie apocalypse, woman and a gun, right? You were saving the gun
And a
too,
good shot.
and we saved the man.
My reasoning made sense.
It does not sound like it.
I went
did.
after the one who needed my help more. She could have used her. She could have used her full potential.
Sounds like you girl bossed her to hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Now they still have another strong female on their team. There's 2 of them. So
So are you playing Walking Dead, I'm a field medic, or Walking Dead, I'm going to survive?
well, I did give a lot of kids candy bars and I did give them bandages. So
Candy
So-
bars and band-aids.
Sounds like you're a field medic.
I'm just trying to not get this little girl killed. Otherwise, I would have just let myself die in the beginning. And I did say that this guy should have never gotten out of the car.
Yeah, let's address that. So like he's trapped, and I'm like, what would you do? And she was just like, I just would stay there. And I was like, and what? Get mauled to death by zombies? She's like, no, I would not leave. I would just leave. I would stay
He
in the
would
car
have just
and bleed
bled
to
to
death.
death. He was, his artery
what?
was severed.
You know how long it takes to bleed
His
out?
Your
artery
survival
in
instinct
his
is
leg
crazy to
was
me.
severed. He was sputtering blood out of his leg. And I have
Okay.
seen enough medical shows to know how fast that can happen.
You just wrap your leg.
With
and cut out
what?
blood.
With what while you're handcuffed in the back of a cop
Dr.
car?
Grey's Anatomy would have never allowed that to happen.
Dr.
wrong.
Grey's Anatomy?
I don't know her fucking name.
Yeah, Dr. Grey's
Meredith
Anatomy.
Grey? Are you
okay.
putting shame on Meredith Grey's name?
No, the book is actually Grey's Anatomy.
I know a Dr. House, okay, and he wouldn't let that happen
Yeah.
either.
No, he would just
Nice.
get the 3 diagnoses wrong and then finally get it right
And
at
then,
the end.
yeah, it always gets it right at some point.
Yeah, he always kills them twice.
Yes.
That's the rules. We gotta pad this
weird
hour
is-
show out.
No, what's weird about that is exactly what Bree has told me while describing that show.
Yeah.
No, I can literally tell you every House episode right now, easily.
Do it.
Okay. So the first 8 minutes is okay. So first 8 minutes has nothing to do with the hospital. You see the patient. Oh, they're happy-go-lucky. Oh, what's this? I'm slicing deli meat. Gah, and they pass out. If someone finds them, they wake up in the hospital. There's normal doctors there. We can't figure out what is going on here. And like House just walks by the door and he's like, well, this sounds like an interesting case. And so they start telling him the case. And this case isn't that interesting. And then the person starts having a seizure about 15 minutes in. He's like, you know what? I'm taking the case. This is interesting now. And so he was like, this is obviously this. And then like his 3 assistants are like, no, House, you're crazy. It's this. Get out of here with your nonsense. And so he's like, no, it's this other thing. And he's there, it's like, no, we're doing this. And it's like, no, they're voting against it. So then he gives them the medicine. He almost kills them. And he's like, okay, maybe you guys have a point. So we do the other 3 doctors things, and then they almost kill him. And then, like, you know, he's like eating like a deli sandwich. He was like, oh, like blah, 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 like from like 1874. Like, I should have known this the whole time because like they sneezed weird. It sounded like an air horn. And like, so like then he gives him the medicine and it looks like it's going to kill him. But also there's like this lady doc that he's attracted to. She's attracted to him. She's in charge of the whole hospital. Are they going to fuck? We don't really know.
Bro, hospital shows they always be fucking.
Yeah, but no. And then at the
In
end of it.
hospitals, they always be fucking.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
So, you know, and
I mean, they're always there.
and then in the end, like, you know, she's like, oh, you can't do this, House. You can't do this. He's like, I'm doing it. And she's like, you better not. And then he does it. And then he's right. And then they're like, oh, House is right. You better not do it again, though. And he's like, probably not. And then, like, the Who plays, and then the show ends.
You should recap every
and
episode.
then they
of
slowly
every
walk
medical
No, I just
show.
did.
No, like
All of
every
them.
medical show.
Every single one.
I
Oh,
think you should
yeah.
make another channel.
Can you
just
do one
to
for
that.
MASH?
Hot Pants is hot. Hawkeye is silly. The end.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
That
That was-
was
that-
before my time.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
What? What?
Speaking a different language over there.
MASH.
You guys don't.
My dad
know.
watched MASH, but I can tell you.
What part of a single parent household didn't have cable for most of my life do you not understand, sir? If it wasn't
Yeah.
in the $5 Walmart
No, that
DVD bin, and I
gives you a
bought it,
higher probability that you've seen
Yeah,
MASH.
MASH was like it literally was on free TV.
It's like an
Yeah.
antenna show.
yeah, it was an
I
antenna
didn't
show.
watch that. The antenna shit was always so bad, so I just never used it. I just went outside,
missed
set
out.
But
things
anyway,
on
that's every
fire.
episode
You
of
went
House
outside,
ever. Thank you for
House?
coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah.
Who goes outside anymore?
My mom did not like when I was home, so plus I didn't like being home.
So speaking of female trauma, anyway, like why'd you kill her instead of the guy when she was actually like more important to the group?
I think I literally just told you that.
It doesn't feel like an actual excuse.
I think I literally just told you that.
You stole this girl's life away. What if the zombie apocalypse ended 3 weeks from now and she could like go
strong
on?
woman, and she proved to me that she indeed was not an independent, strong woman.
Damn.
She did need a man's help.
Damn.
It sounded like the man needed a man as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Which, okay, that's so what?
Oh, so you're making excuses for the guy now?
Yeah,
Are you
always.
mansplaining her survival?
That's right.
That's crazy.
But
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
surprised that the man was needy. But the women should not have needed me.
So
I get it.
Independent boss bitch.
Speaking of strong, independent women, y'all see the race where the woman was celebrating as she
And
was
she lost?
and she lost.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Wait,
Bro,
hold on.
Look
What?
at bring it up. Bring it up. She
Yeah,
was like,
there's been some
I
crazy
forget what there
Olympic
was.
shit.
It like she was like doing like a slow jog or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
And she
was
just
like-
started like celebrating at the line.
Wait,
No.
the Olympic.
Wait,
and
what-
then
what
she
am I
just
looking?
looks over while the other person passes right by her.
The shock on her face was priceless.
What am I looking up?
Olympic runner loses.
Like, how far did she think she was ahead? Or how close to the line did she
Olympic.
think she was?
No, it's a woman.
This is
I don't know. Oh, look up woman.
Look up woman. Nailed it.
I'm trying to teach him about keywords.
No, I mean I get it. This.
No,
I feel like Eric's
give me
making
the
shit
keyboard.
up.
Give me the keyboard. Give me the keyboard.
There
Olympic
you go.
runner celebrates too early.
That makes sense.
What were you typing in?
Loses.
It was at the
Aha.
That's a lot
this
of
one.
them. Oh, is speed walking?
Oh, it's a walker. Yeah.
last 5 meters, she's convinced she's got the bronze medal.
No shot. Damn, and the bronze medal.
Bro, I love it. I love it. No. Oh, embarrassing.
That is awesome.
Dude, it's already
passed the shit out of her.
Bro, you know how fucking
Bro, look how casual the girl who passed her was. Like,
She's
look,
like, "Don't mind me."
She's so confident. Just like, look at this.
just zoom
She just knows. Like, bump, 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 bump. Like, not happening.
You know how bad? Do you know how bad it has to be to look stupid when you speed walk? It's already the dumbest looking sport of all time, and now
So that's not Olympic running. It's Olympic
No, it's-
walking.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's a thing.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
Olympics,
That's the mall walk, dude.
The
That's the
Olympics
Olympic
is
mall walk.
literally
No,
just a
like
bunch
speed
of
walk.
stupid
Speed walking
sports.
is like literally like you walk as fast as you can, and both feet can never be off the ground at the same time, because that would constitute a run.
Oh,
what?
this is funny.
That is so weird.
What is it like synchronized swimming? Y'all see the synchronized swimming shit?
No,
Oh my god, that stuff is insane.
We need to
watch. I've only been watching. Put on some
I've only been
synchronized
watching
swimming.
the
That
sports
is
people
Bro,
play.
I don't know. Are the Olympics a problem with copyright? Are we gonna get screwed this episode?
Oh, incredibly litigious. Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Wonderful. Just blur it out.
Okay.
I don't think you can. We can't. What's the point of watching if we're gonna blur it out?
No, blur it out
Okay,
for
I'll
them.
look
Fuck
up-
them.
I've heard about this. You heard about the dude who lost because his dick was too big?
Hell yeah.
What?
You don't know about this?
No.
No, yeah. No, dude
yeah.
had some schmeat.
Here, let's do this. Let's mute it.
He was a
Now
pole
we don't have to worry
vaulter
about
that,
audio.
apparently he was
Yeah.
caught cheating with the second pole.
Dude, they
No
really.
video?
Dude,
Wow.
how you?
You suck.
Well, there's probably some news sites that they probably can't show it.
I mean, it's his dick is in his pants. Like, bro, what?
Oh,
you
here we
can't
go.
find me
Watch.
for having a big
Oh,
dick.
wait.
I can't see it
Hold
unless it's
on.
on the other.
I mean, I
monitor.
wouldn't know, but
Oh my
still.
goodness.
I mean, right?
I don't know how to do that.
I can't
don't know- I
imagine
don't know
being
what
betrayed by your homie though.
See, she's, she's talking shit
Oh, no,
about
Mom's
me not
got me-
knowing how to use
Mom's
it.
got me
Well,
in
I don't
trouble
want
before.
to do anything.
Has he got me off an
wrong.
Olympic
I don't know
medal?
how to do
Like,
that.
Yeah, that's true.
Watch.
Oh, go,
Just a
Dude, look at that. Dude, look at that. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Dude, can you
why
imagine?
would he do that?
You know he got laid that night.
No,
though.
no, like, bro, there's like no way this man is for the rest of his life. Like, dude, he's fine. He's fine. Yeah, did he lose out on winning a medal? Sure, but for the rest of his life, he is known as the guy whose dick is too big to win. Like, okay, you win at everything else, sir. Congratulations.
Can I just say HD cameras were a mistake?
Yeah,
Because there's no way that this is all just happening now, right? Like I
Oh, no.
feel like cameras have just gotten so good that now they catch everything.
Yeah.
like this title.
Bro,
pole vaulter.
there's no reason we should be seeing like his dick move in his pants as it's hitting the pole.
Pole vaulter's manhood eliminates him from games.
Yeah, but it opened up a lot more doors than the Olympics.
God, there was a few others too. I think
Bro
like,
could start an OnlyFans and like.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, he'd
yeah.
kill. I saw like they barely get paid shit. There's a few countries that like pay their Olympic winners like thousands of dollars. Sweden's just like $0.
So China gives like 230 some thousand per
Yeah.
gold. America gives 37,000 per gold because we're China has whole
China
programs.
has that China money, dude.
I'm telling you, I think the synchronized swimmers I was watching were China, were from China. Dude, they blew my mind. Like, have you ever watched synchronized swimming?
No.
I can barely even swim, let alone that.
nuts. It is
like, dude,
they were doing,
they
like, the
are in
moonwalk.
sync, like in the water. It is wild.
There's that, and then there's also like all that controversy with like the fucking trans investigators who were
Oh my
mad
gosh,
about
yeah.
like the woman boxer who is
yeah.
Damn, you can't even be
who's
born with a
woman.
pussy. And be a
Well,
woman
apparently now
anymore.
it's getting mad because the people from that country are like now pissed at people in fucking America they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Nah, that other lady boxer who's a coward, like she knew what she was doing as soon as she bowed out, dude. I've never been hit so hard in my life. Yeah, said every boxer ever.
No, isn't
You're
it
not
something
wrong.
like she's lost the last 10 games in a row or she's never won before or
I don't
something?
know. Well, that's the thing. Like the dude who is actually a woman.
like biologically.
Yeah,
and
a
shit,
biological
born.
woman who is just born with a Y chromosome and extra testosterone because of just like genetic abnormalities,
well, it's like
which
anybody.
everyone has.
Well, it's like Shaq playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like, he
Well, no,
has an advantage.
no,
like, it's just how it works.
Michael Phelps has like an incredibly longer wingspan
Yeah.
than most humans. He has double lung capacity, and he
That's
doesn't
crazy.
and he doesn't create as much lactic acid as
Yeah.
a normal person,
Yeah.
which means his
What does
body
that
is
even
made
mean?
to be an athlete.
What does that even mean?
So, like, you know, when your muscles burn, like when you're working out or like your muscles
Yeah.
are sore, that's a buildup of lactic acid in your muscles and micro tears in your muscles.
That's what makes it hurt.
But his body literally does not create enough to like keep him sore.
That's
which
wild.
means he can train more. Which means and his double lung capacity is perfect for fucking. He might as well be a fucking fish or a whale.
He
That's
was
sick.
born to be an Olympic.
Yeah, like
is pretty crazy.
like-
You're
or a
hitting
superhero.
bones, baby.
yeah,
All right.
Well, that's my thing is like, why? Like, can we go back to the era where like people who just like whether born that way or not, were just exceptional at
Well, no,
something? Can we just
that's
go
the
back
thing,
to being
that-
like,
no,
dude, this is sick.
That's the
Look what
thing.
they
I'm
can
not
do.
trying to be an asshole here, but that lady boxer who they're trans investigating isn't even exceptional. She's lost 9 times to other ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, bro, she's and she lost the Olympics.
But just in
before.
general, like, is the only way to get brag on the internet is to knock a pole down with your cock?
I mean,
Because he's
That's kinda impressive,
That is
though.
one of the only like positive things that I've heard people like happy about around the Olympics. Everything else has been negative.
And that's
Nah,
gonna
nah,
hurt
well, no,
tomorrow.
this-
nah, bro, you got Simone
Yeah,
Biles, the
synchronized-
goat.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh, Simone Biles. I actually
Dude, you
watched
see
the
how high she
documentary about her.
fucking jumped? She got like
have you
12 feet
seen
off
how-
the ground.
Have you seen
That's
how
crazy.
tiny she is?
Yeah, she's 4'8".
Was
Oh
it
my
like the wolf spin or
goodness.
something that they're doing?
Oh, I think I saw something like I think I saw a picture of her next to like Shaq, and they were
Yeah.
like she
Yeah.
jumped over Shaq,
Yeah.
like
She's-
height wise, and she's like up to his like waist.
No, she's
bro,
4'8",
like-
and he's like 6'10".
I watched the documentary they put out about her, and it was.
I haven't got to
actually-
watch that
It was
yet.
actually really good.
I started watching the Sprinter one with like Noah Lyles and stuff like that.
She's very good at what she does, but she's also very smart. Like she's very much knows her limits.
Well, no, I mean, she was the one that they gave so much shit for in the last Olympics for
leaving,
like being
yeah.
like, yo, my anxiety is too bad to compete.
But
I'm
it's
not
like
competing.
that she can kill you like fast. Like there's been plenty of gymnastic or
Oh, it's
gymnasts
just dangerous.
who have paralyzed, have
Oh, yeah.
died, and like when you get,
I mean, you're
what
running
they
as
call-
fast as you can and jumping 12 feet in the air, bro.
what they call the twisties, which is like your brain kind of just like shuts off and you like kind of forget what you want to do and you just like lack the confidence to do it.
I do that when I walk in a room.
Sorry. But yeah, she had that.
No, I mean, I imagine it's probably just like a normal response when you're going so fast and you're like looking at everything
Yeah.
so quickly.
Yeah, it's like you
that your
forget-
brain's just like, mm-mm.
You forget mid like stunt, like what you're supposed to do next.
That's
like
crazy.
she did do the Olympics. She left early because her stunt that she did was like totally basic and like nothing like she does. And they were like, whoa, like what happened to Simone? And then she got in her head about it and then left. And then all the news media outlets, not all of them, but like they were just hating on her so much that they're like, oh, like just get out of your head. Like this is just a poor excuse. Yada, 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 yada.
Why do you hate America so much?
Yeah, it was just like so hateful, like all the stuff they were saying about her. So that didn't help much. But now she just came back swinging. But
Good for her.
Dude, I thanks to her and her husband though, I have reached my breaking point on like I don't read comments to anything anymore as well. Because he was catching like, dude, she's won what 5 medals this Olympics, 4 of them gold or something.
Yeah.
And like
she
her
has like 5 or 6 gymnast tricks named after her.
Yeah, and
Damn.
she like total
Yeah.
she has like 9 gold medals and 2 silvers or something. Like she is like the GOAT of gymnastics, like literally.
Yeah, if you do a trick that no one has ever done before, you get it named after you.
That's kind of dope.
That is sick.
I didn't know
So
that. That's actually
she's
sick.
done multiple that.
Damn, so Tony Hawk got robbed.
Yes.
Dude, the 900, dude, like 10-year-olds do the 900
dude,
now,
isn't
which
that
is
crazy to think about?
No, yeah,
Like-
that's how far.
Well,
that-
dude, have you seen like clips of old Olympics?
yeah.
And like it looks like nothing. Like somebody was comparing this year's like I forget what it was, but it was some Olympic thing, and they were comparing it to a video of like I don't know, like the 60s or 70s, and bro, in the 60s and 70s, it looked like a 1-year-old was like learning how to walk, and then now
So,
it's like people are doing crazy shit.
This might have been what you saw. So Carl Lewis, who was like one of the greatest runners of all time, like one of the fastest people of all time, when he like set the record in the Olympics in the 80s, he would come in last place in this Olympics.
That's crazy.
He out of all 8 runners, he would have been 8th. And he was the world's best at the time. Like 30 years later, 4 years later, like those guys, like it's the science and everything else that's like come so far that like the best of the best, even 20 years ago, probably couldn't even get in now.
What is it from? Like, is it like just a combination of like the record being there so people strive to beat it, or is it like just the medical
Science,
like
training, medicine.
like
There, you definitely like it's the science. It is probably the steroids as well, which have come a very long way. And like it's the training, bro. Like now, like they know like you train specifically for like whatever it is you want to do, and then you have like absolute freaks of nature, like Simone Biles, Usain Bolt, like Michael Phelps. Like their bodies were literally made for like that specific thing. And like don't get me wrong, like the gift is nothing without the work, but it's one of those that like Usain Bolt is very tall, but he's very lanky, but he's also very built. And so he's perfect for sprinting, right? Like long stride, incredibly fast. Like that's why he still has the world record, even though he said it, what, at this point, 12 years ago?
I
Like,
I
it's
haven't
been a
heard
while.
about him in a long
No,
time.
I mean, like the thing is like,
Is he retired now?
yeah, oh yeah. Like that, but that's what the crazy thing is. Like Simone Biles is also, she's 27.
Yeah, she's
like being a 27-year-old gymnast is like being a 45-year-old NFL player.
No, did you see? So I saw a thing the other day. I don't know if I can find it.
It's insane.
It was a comparison of every year prior to this year and the ages of those winners. And like
They're going up because of the science and
oldest person was like 18 and she's 27.
Yeah.
And there was like a 14-year-old on there who won
most
like
gymnasts
years ago.
would like they would still be in like getting out of like or they would be like sophomore in high schools competing or sophomores in the college competing in the
What
Olympics.
was her name?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. But no, that's the thing. Like Usain Bolt, usually like runners get like one Olympics that they are like the greatest of all time.
What did she win? Oh, you said she won a few different
Gymnastics?
things.
Gymnastics. Just look up Simone Biles.
I mean,
Gymnastics.
dude, I was watching like she was on the bar doing like the wolf spin, where you like do like the 3 spin.
Oh, dude,
like,
that shit is
and then you
crazy.
land it with your leg, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
No,
some of the moves that she does is mind blowing.
And the strength that takes is
She
wild.
actually talked about this in the documentary, how being older in the group of younger, like Olympic
I can't find it.
people, was like kind of hard to like talk about because like people always used it against her. But she wanted the specific Olympics to like
Statement.
rub in their face.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, this happened.
got that.
Like I'm almost 30 and I'm
Yeah,
still.
well, also because
it's
of how the
impressive,
last
like-
Olympics
Yeah.
went, where she bowed out early, and she's like, "That's not going to be my like final send off."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's like, so she got back into training. She went to like therapists and got a lot of like mental health help, and she got over her hurdles with her mental health, and then she went back into training, like little by little. And then she said, like, this, I'm not going to have my final send off be that Olympics.
Yeah, like that's not good. That's not going to be what people remember.
Yeah.
So this
for.
is her final Olympics.
Because
yeah,
that's
There's
the thing
no way
is
she's going to want to do it.
she
at
did all
31.
of these crazy, amazing things, but the thing that everyone wants to talk about was that she left early. But you're
Yeah.
not going to bring up all of the other amazing
I
achievements.
mean, and the
that
Olympics
she's had.
before that, she dominated with
Yeah.
like all those people as well, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like one of the greatest Olympics teams of all time.
But none of the news outlets or the
Mm-hmm.
late nights, or not late night, but like any of the podcasts or like anything like that were talking against her ever brought that up.
Yeah.
Like they were all just talking negatively about her.
No, I mean that's
So
because
she's
that's
like-
what got the clicks, right?
Yeah.
And it was easy.
That was her thing. That was her motivation. Was like, I'm not gonna let them say
It's
that
so
about
weird.
me.
Like, because 30 really is not that like
No.
old in the grand scheme of like how long people live, especially now. Like, I feel like every few months I hear about like a new oldest person.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I've been seeing that lately, like way more. Like, new oldest person, 114, new oldest person, 115, new oldest person, 160. And it's like, but it's so weird how it really is like around 30. Like, bro, your body just starts breaking down.
Well, that's what I was thinking when I was
Your body
watching
changes.
that documentary.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, I don't know how on earth she's doing these things. I tried to do a somersault the other day to show Maeve, and I was like dizzy.
So give
when
me
I
a chair.
sat back up, I was like,
Well, I think it's
whoa.
like if you train for it all like consistently and regularly, I'm sure it would like you'd still be able to do it consistently. But like if you move the wrong way, you're
Yeah.
gonna get hurt in a way that somebody
Bro,
that was younger wouldn't.
I slept wrong the other day. My neck's been hurting for 2 days now.
Dude,
It's
that is
like-
the worst. You get the stiff neck.
Yeah,
Those
I hate
are
it.
awful.
But no, I mean that's the thing too. Like that's what I was saying. Like Usain Bolt, like runners, like sprinters, they have like one Olympics to like prove themselves. Where it's like this is like theirs, and like their time will be forever recorded in history. And he did it twice.
Yeah.
And like won gold twice. He was fastest man in the world twice. And that's like very,
Dude,
very
the
rare.
medal. I know it's like bragging rights. I know you get sponsors and shit like that. But like, dude, when the prices of like what people get for winning, when I saw how low it is, that shit blew my
No,
mind.
the money it comes from the sponsorships.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Like literally, unless you're in China, you're not making shit, bro. And even
Yeah.
then, it's like for 4 years, 250K. Like that's only what
Yep.
it's not. It's
No,
not a
I
lot.
mean, like I don't know if you've like. Do you know who Flava Flav is?
yeah.
So no,
I remember that show. That
no,
old reality
like
show.
dude's a G. Like literally, like, all these people. Like I forget which team. I think it was the women's water polo team. They were like, we cannot afford our airplane tickets to the Olympics, and Flava Flav is like, I got you. And then there was like this like lady weightlifter. She was like, I can't afford rent this month, and he was like, send me a DM. I got you. Like so, Flava Flav.
Do you think
is
he
like,
still wears the clock?
No, he does.
That's awesome.
So Flava Flav is like literally like sponsoring like all these Olympians to like be able to go and win and
That's
do all
awesome.
this and like give all this money to them.
Dude, I always love when
that's
like I
awesome.
find out about a random celebrity that like you haven't heard in a while that like they got hella rich and then they just started helping people.
Yeah.
And they're like there is
Is
so
it
many
philanthropy? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And there is so many like people who do it, but they just never get talked about because everything is so rage baity now that it's just
Oh,
like
yeah. Well,
that is what gets clicks.
That's like I don't know, like I think he's one of the best rappers of all time, but Nas. Like
Yeah.
you know, he was bigger in what late 90s, early 2000s or whatever, but like nobody knows how good of a businessman he is because like no one talks about it. But like he invested in Ring cameras. Like when he was like when it was just like on the ground floor. And he made like 70 million off that.
Oh, dude,
Like-
Ring is like they blew up.
Like he has invested in like a couple of like startups that like have like made him like hundreds of millions. Like he is like this incredibly savvy businessman that like no one ever talks about because like, well, I mean, for one, like he just, you know, his name hasn't been thrown around like musically in like a long time or anything like that. But like, dude just made really good decisions with his money. Like,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. The only decisions you ever hear about that are the bad decisions. You never hear like when someone is like knocking it out of the park
No.
and being smart. Like it's just always like when they go fucking broke.
Because that's what sells, though. Unfortunately, I mean,
Yeah.
it's been the same held true since
Yeah.
even newspapers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It's
headlines
always
are there for a reason.
Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier. Is that yeah? So like I'm kind of like done reading comments because Simone Biles' husband, who is an NFL player,
Yes,
by the
I
way.
was
He
gonna
is
bring that
talented
up.
on his own.
Yeah.
I think he plays for the Packers.
Which also great couple. Like, oh my gosh, the
I
documentary.
don't know a ton
especially,
about him, but
they just
like,
they're so like supportive of each other, like
Yeah.
journey. Like he had to go through training and stuff like that too.
He was like on a podcast and was like, "Yo, she married me because of like my athletic dude," and people like destroyed this guy when he was like clearly like just fucking around, right?
Well, he ended up going into like therapy and psychiatric
Probably
stuff
needs it.
because she like gave him like the motivation to do it because
Yeah.
he saw like how good it was.
No,
for her.
everyone should go to therapy.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
100%. But no, so like to celebrate, I mean, she's won like 4 medals at this thing. He threw one of her medals around his neck and was like parading it around because he was proud of her. Dude, people were tearing him apart for just wearing the medal.
That's all. I mean, that's
It's
all
like,
it is now.
Who
man.
fucking cares? It's his wife. He's celebrating her win.
because
What are we upset about
People
here?
just like to be mad. Like people look for things to be mad. I mean, you see, one of the things that like has made me realize that like the social media has fundamentally broken like an obscene amount of people.
No, there's another comment
you
I saw today that was like-
you think about TikTok. Or you ever scroll through TikTok and you find those couples who it's obviously a skit because they have multiple camera angles and they're recording
I
themselves
genuinely
doing
don't
it.
know how people are
And-
fooled by that shit, by the
And
way.
and it's something like I think the best example that I saw was this guy's playing a game and it has this like cutesy little music and it's like when your wife wants you to whatever and like she's standing in the doorway and he like walks over and he shuts the door and goes back to playing games, right? And it's like so clearly a joke because the camera is positioned in a way where you could see them both. And like just the way it was fit, like
It's like, no, that's just where they have cameras in their house. Like,
There's
what?
no possible way that this could have just been like a security camera and just a coincidence,
Yeah,
right?
it's shot in 4K.
right? Like everything, and the comments are just going
Red flag,
off
girlfriend.
about
like-
this guy. She needs to divorce him right now. He's a piece of shit. I'm like, what? I just don't get it.
There was one today. So like I watched your video that you like retweeted of Ryan Reynolds like
Oh my
interview.
gosh, so funny.
That was great. Like that
So
was
funny.
phenomenal. But like somebody was like, wow, it's crazy that they like he looks so good for there to be like an 11-year age gap between them.
Yeah.
Like him and like his wife, like Lively.
Yes. You shouldn't be confused by her name.
I haven't seen like there was like a movie where she was like hiding from a shark. I think that I've seen of hers. Like not a lot of anything else though. But somebody was like, yeah, when he was 20, she was 9. And it was like, and somebody underneath was like, that's not when they started dating, dumbass. like she was like late 20s or something
dude,
when they got together.
That has become
like,
one of
what
the.
are you talking about?
That is one of the few things that like I feel like when I see people arguing about that in comments anywhere, because usually I wouldn't say the comments are black and white, but it's generally like there's the people who are exaggerating on one side, there's people who are exaggerating on the other, and the other people that are like, you guys are all idiots. What is happening? The age thing. Anytime you see it debated in comments, it's always like everything varies so much. Like there are people who are just like, nah, 20 and 19 are weird. That's not okay. Like things like that, like, 22 and 20, no, you illegal. You should be locked up and thrown in jail.
Yeah.
And like there's people that like legitimately just like think that like if you are not dating somebody that is the exact same year as you,
yeah.
then
wrong.
you're a predator.
Which goes
Like,
to show
it's
they've never
crazy.
dated anyone ever.
No. And it's like so common. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like you definitely see the fucking disgusting side of people who are like simping on kids. Like,
no, it takes a weird turn a lot of times. Like
I forget what I was scrolling through something.
Well, there's like a trend on TikTok right now where it's like it's just 2 pictures or like 2, 3, 4 pictures where it's like throughout their
there's a
years.
lot of grooming in those.
And then it's like all of a sudden it's like like 25 and 21, and then it like goes through and it's like
Like 17 and 13 or something. Yeah, and it's like
oh.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that was cute.
It's like, bro, if
and
you're a
then
junior
it
and
got
she's in
illegal.
middle school, like,
Yeah. Because
yes.
it like shows pictures of them together like back then.
yeah.
And it's like,
No, the weirdest one was like when they do that and it was like that person was their babysitter.
yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
that is wild.
Oh yeah, there was one that was like, who could have told or who knew that I would start babysitting this for this family and then it still be in their lives 10 months later, and she was like super pregnant.
Yeah.
And I was like,
There's what was like Billy Ray Cyrus, I think. Like, isn't he like dating a girl who was like on the Hannah Montana show like when she was a kid?
That's why Miley Cyrus doesn't talk to me.
Because I only found out about this because Billy
Hulk
Ray
Hogan was dating a girl that looks exactly like his daughter. Yeah.
Wait,
like
who?
I forget
Hulk Hogan.
what was it that he
Jesus.
said? He like came out and like was calling like his daughter a whore.
What?
Like Billy Ray Cyrus, like because apparently like
don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart, Billy.
yeah.
Nah, dude, that's crazy.
Or it was like text. I think she like shared text of like he texted her and called her a whore or
Was
whatever.
X.
My favorite thing, like in this same vein, there was a guy.
He was calling her mom a skank or a skank and calling his daughter the devil.
What?
Yeah, like dude, he's
also
been,
he's in his grift.
because what happened was that he started dating this girl. Like I mean, when Miley was when Hannah Montana started, like
15,
because I
14.
like a teenager,
how old is
right?
Miley Cyrus
She is 30.
are me and her the
Three.
same age? Or is she older
Wow,
than me?
same as
31.
Jesus.
31.
31.
So yeah,
Oh, never mind.
So she's
got a couple years to go.
She would have been like 12 when that show started. So
I don't know when that show came out. Like
it was airing when I was in middle school.
I loved Hannah
So like
Montana.
I was young.
I'm not
so
shocked.
So he literally
it was popular when you were a kid. What?
That's true.
How was that a shot?
So he's dating a girl who like he knew personally when she was a kid. Like and she's the same age as his daughter. Like
that
that's
ain't right.
weird,
That ain't
right?
right.
Like
It is weird.
it's
but-
like, bro, I don't care if like age differences, whatever, as long as
What do
it's
y'all even
legal and
talk about? You guys
consensual.
are from
But
two
like,
whole different generations.
No,
dude, he's
I-
60.
what do you have in
She's-
common?
She's half his age. Like,
What do you
half-
have in common with
literally
each
half.
other?
I dated a girl that was like 10 years older than at one point,
It's hard.
and it was like there was a gap of like the life experiences I had and like what I knew about versus like same for her, right?
Dude, I had that at
like
23. I dated somebody who was 33. And like looking back, I'm like, what the fuck did we have in common?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was a 23-year-old guy who streamed video games for a living. You were 33. That's wild.
Yeah.
What? No, I mean, and that's the thing is, it's like, those age gaps are tough because it's like, dude, how do you guys talk? What do you guys have in common with each other?
Nope.
Like, two whole different life experiences.
Yeah.
Of
I mean, and I'm
where
not saying it can't work like that.
It is
but
possible.
Yeah, 100%. But it's like
it requires a lot of good communication.
my favorite new thing is this guy created an app to take girls' pictures and like take the makeup off their face.
What?
Or
Dude,
whatever.
that is wild.
And like all the comments underneath were like, tell me you've never woken up beside a woman without telling me
Yeah.
you've never woken up beside a woman before.
I have been caught off guard by somebody without makeup once. But like I didn't
I
care.
told you I
It was-
promised I would wear it again.
No, it was when I was
It makes my eyes pop like
I don't know, when I
firecrackers.
was 20.
I would love to do your
19.
guys' makeup.
That would be wild.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
But her eyebrows
gotta do it.
If you do that, we get to do yours.
Okay.
I ain't doing makeup. I'll watch you do it.
Wow.
You'll look like a clown if I don't know how to do makeup.
I'll do your makeup. Hell yeah.
You've been with me for how long?
That doesn't mean I know how to do makeup. I don't know
You've
what makeup
watched
does.
me do my
Wow.
makeup for how long?
Wow.
Am I supposed to be
I'm waiting for him to say how long.
what?
How long?
How long what?
How long have you been watching me do my makeup for?
Wow, we're about to watch them fight.
I don't know,
This
5
is
years.
Crazy.
Great, dude.
We've been together for 6, but like 5 would be like
Here, dude, I got the
Makeup.
Oreos.
I didn't do
hell
my
yeah.
makeup. I didn't do my makeup for
Should
the
have brought my
first
pretzels
year.
with me.
yeah. I don't know. Well, yeah, but seeing you do makeup is different. Put those Oreos away, you son of a bitch.
Why not, dude?
Wait,
You're
hang on.
tantalizing
I want
me.
to smell them.
It's
Why?
actually
Why do you do that to yourself?
God, it smells so good.
It's actually pretty cute because like I have some makeup brushes that I've never used, and I'll give them to Maeve, and you'll
calories
see
is
her
it?
like batting her face with them,
Aw.
like trying to do her own makeup.
Wow. Really establishing
actually
those
pretty
gender
cute.
roles early, huh?
It's pretty cute.
I can't wait for people on the
Maeve-
internet to be
Maeve
mad at you
likes
for being a good
cars,
mom.
Okay.
Yeah, Maeve is definitely not the makeup dress up Barbie girl.
She likes making a mess and
She loves
and
cars
playing her
and
car.
dump
Yeah,
trucks.
wow, you're gonna get her trans investigated like as a 1.5-year-old.
And be like, I don't know, why is that?
got an awfully
why is
strong
why is that baby
jawline?
girl carrying a car? That's not right.
Like
That's
she
just
would
wrong.
go crazy for those monster truck events.
Dude,
No,
hell
my
yeah.
mom did that
Would
shit
she
when
want
I
to go
was
see a
younger.
monster truck rally?
I would totally take
I don't-
one.
Those are loud.
With
Wait,
the-
well,
with
you
the
get
headphones,
earbuds.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They do.
I would
Is there
totally
any-
take-
it's Texas, so there's got to be one like every weekend,
Well,
right?
I actually told him the other day. I actually told him I was like, "Oh my god, we missed like Monster Jam last month," and he was like,
I was so
you actually keep
confused.
track of Monster
Bro, that's
Jam?
crazy.
That's why I was like, what?
Honey,
What do you
we
mean
missed
we missed
Monster
it? I'm
Jam.
like, when have you ever mentioned monster trucks ever?
He's like, I have no idea what that is. And I was like, the monster truck.
Yeah. And then I remember.
Sounds like an old 50s sitcom. Honey, but Monster
so here's the thing.
Jam.
I've gone to multiple monster truck shows with my dad when I was younger. My dad is a car guy. He never taught me anything about cars, but he knows a lot about cars. He always loved cars.
I know
My
how to
brother's
hold the
obsessed with
flashlight
cars.
wrong and get yelled at a car.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even allowed to do that. But I know what Monster Jam is, but I think it was just her saying this, we missed Monster Jam, made me just try to think of what the fuck would have been around that. What is monster? What are you talking about?
What other monster?
She's,
Energy drink?
She doesn't talk about monster trucks. This is not a common occurrence.
No, I actually have. We've actually talked
My dad
about
has
monster
a little grave
trucks
digger in his house.
I
on the
used to.
podcast before.
Yes, but
I've showed
Wait,
a
was before
video.
The big
It was the
classic
big blue
truck
one. Yeah. It was the classic truck.
I couldn't
that was
remember. Okay, I'm glad you remembered that.
But I think Maeve
Bigfoot, my
would.
jam.
I think she'd really
That
like
grave
those.
digger.
I think she'd like
I don't know
Monster
how she
Jam
would
more than
react.
she'd like Disney on Ice.
We should just put a Monster
Or you
Jam
could
video
do
on
Monster
and see how
Jam
she
on
responds.
Ice.
No, we need to just put monster trucks videos on the TV and see how she reacts.
She's gonna take her little cars and do it.
You know
She
what?
literally will take a car and just ride it along the wall
We'll
around
get
the whole house.
we'll get her a mossy oak camouflage skirt. You know what? Just
Yeah.
really toe the line between both worlds.
Totally right up her alley.
It's you can wear a dress, but it's got to be camo.
Yeah. It's gotta be
And we're gonna buy
camo.
and don't worry, it won't have bullets, but we're gonna give you a gun.
Oh yeah, we'll get her a bandolier with big shotgun shells.
Dude, I'm not
in
gonna
it.
lie, that'd be sick.
She'll be our gun
if we want to
tote-
dress her up as a Red Dead character for
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 Halloween.
Halloween.
She'll be our gun toting,
Yeah.
four wheeling,
Root-toting,
hunting,
shooting.
fishing everyday child.
So speaking of shotgun shells,
Yes.
so I when I was in high school,
High school.
Okay.
so
Shotguns
obviously,
in school.
Okay.
Like, this is
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Don't look at
hold
me.
on.
I've-
We're getting there.
Red flags are going up.
Peak hot topic era, right?
Sure.
I was very much the wallet with the chain, studded
yeah.
belt, fucking those stupid
You're
goddamn
tough.
trip pants, goddamn right.
Yeah.
So I bought this trench coat because it just looked cool. It wasn't the trench coat.
Neo?
No, hold on. It wasn't the type of trench coat you would think it would be. It wasn't a full trench coat. It was half kinda it was
So you just bought a coat?
It was more something.
So you just bought
No,
a normal coat?
no. It was long. It was think something that My Chemical Romance would work.
Did you say you bought a cape with sleeves?
No.
That's what it sounds like.
No, but sort of.
Are you a private investigator now? Why do you need
in
that?
a way? So think something you would think My Chemical
You
Romance
just
would wear.
you wore a
you know?
snuggie backwards and just called it a trench coat.
So it had these loops or whatever, and I get called to the principal's office, which was not uncommon. I used to get in trouble a lot in school, and the principal lets me in, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, so we need to talk about your coat, and I was like, okay. He's like, so a lot of the teachers have come and they're a bit concerned. He was like, do you know what those loops on your shoulders are? And I'm like,
Handlebars.
no.
Wait, did my man's buy a bondage jacket?
No. So he's like,
He's
you
like,
know
for
what those
God's sake,
loops-
son, take the ball gag off of
'Cause
it
it
first.
was, there was loops on the shoulders, and he's like, "Do you know what those loops are?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "So those are for shotgun shells." And I was like, "Okay."
So it had the little circular loops.
And I was like, "Are there shotgun shells in them now?"
Yeah.
And he was like,
Would
well,
it make you feel better if there was
yeah.
lollipops
And
hanging
he was
there?
just like, well, no, but they're worried, and I'm like, "Do I have a gun?"
yeah.
What is the issue? It's a jacket. And he's like, well, we're not gonna make you take it off, but I want you to know that your teachers are uncomfortable. And I'm like, that sounds like a them problem.
I'd be like, I'm uncomfortable being here right
It was
now.
the weirdest interaction I've ever had where it's I understand what
You
he
understand
was-
the point they were making, but still,
not
it's
at the time I didn't.
Well,
now
sure.
I do. But
Right,
it's
okay, I was gonna say-
it's you're talking to a fucking 16-year-old. Could you maybe explain it a little bit better? You know what I
Right.
mean? Something because I was just like, okay, they're cool. They're for shotgun shells. There's not shotgun shells in them. So
Yeah.
what is the issue? And then I think at one point, because I got sick of it, I think I ended up cutting the bottom half off and turned it into a jacket. And then it looked like shit, so I threw it out.
It would have been a lot cooler if we just cut the front off and made it a cape with sleeves.
That's what I
Yeah,
should
right.
have done. We should do that.
We should, yeah.
Let's buy trench coats
you know what?
and turn them into
Yeah,
capes with
hell
sleeves.
yeah. I'm down.
You can do that on the week I'm not here.
Why? You don't want to? You don't want to teach us
No,
fashion?
like we're not your bosses for the podcast.
Sort of
but
stupid
like,
fashion.
Yeah.
But you now you have to wear
but-
now you have to wear our cape coats with
Our
us.
patented
now you're
sort of
trying,
stupid
now you're
trench
trying
coats.
to dictate my
Goes with
women's
sleeves.
wardrobe.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me what to wear.
I mean, we get to
Yes.
choose what rights you have. Why not your wardrobe? Like, let's keep taking it. Let's keep taking it a step
Yeah,
further.
just keep going down the line right
Yeah,
there.
I mean, you know,
We were drastically different high schoolers.
No, we would not have got along.
No.
It is crazy how different we were and how we somehow ended up together.
he was a skater boy.
I
She
mean,
says-
it was only once. Everybody else was more like, what is it? Like, I dated a cheerleader when I was in high school, but it was like, I don't know why we did. Like, we definitely were not similar at all. Like,
Gosh, she just really wanted to make her father upset.
her father was kind of a piece of shit.
Checks out.
But, I mean, lived with a grandma. I never had to worry about seeing the dad.
I mean, that's like, yeah. So I don't know. I guess my wardrobe's not that much different now. I like wore jeans and t-shirts, but like I would wear like khakis with like a tucked in polo and like boots and stuff like that as
I'm
well.
not a-
like I dressed pretty preppy in high school,
I'm like,
but I listened to punk music, which kind of threw people off.
I feel like when I was in high school, it was basically what I wear now, except way more anti-color and more chains. If I could find
More
a chain,
chains.
not like necklace chains or anything, but like hanging from my pants or my.
He's like, call me Alice because I'm in
Yeah.
chains.
Do you guys remember those? Let me see if I can find them.
pant chains,
These old.
yeah.
I had these. My mom made fun of me relentlessly.
Did you wear? Did you
Oh,
wear like?
God.
Did
Were
you
they
wear
like the parachute
Did you wear
pants?
like the
Yeah.
spiky studs?
I had one of these.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They got destroyed
Not surprised.
because they just drag on the ground.
Yup.
But yeah, no, my mom like mocked me relentlessly for those.
No, so
I would
that's what's
too.
weird. Like, so
Thanks.
when my sister was in high school, and she's 30,000 years older than I am, like when she was in high school, like Jinkos and all that were
Jinko
like,
jeans,
yeah,
baby.
incredibly popular. And then like when I got to high school, like kind of like a cleaner, more like look was kind of in, like the khakis and the polos, like more preppy kind of shit. Because like that was also kind of like in rock and stuff like that, where they
Yeah.
kind of like a more skater look, like a more like
It kind of tatted it messed up jeans a little bit.
yeah, a little bit, right? And then like it went back to like really baggy shit after I got out of school, which was weird because it was like it just like skipped a generation or some shit. Like I don't understand why.
This was the trench coat, I'm pretty sure. Or at least it was similar to this. Minus I didn't wear makeup though.
Dude, I can feel what your attitude was in school from just looking at that picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
No,
Oh, yeah.
dude,
call me
literally.
Lestat.
No, like not quite. I didn't really talk to people. Like I had my friends I hung out with. It was weird because it was like I really like video games, so I got along with the nerdy people.
Right.
But the nerdy people didn't like drugs. They were all afraid to. None of
Yeah.
them drank.
I didn't do drugs till I
did.
got out of school.
I
drank in school.
I drank a lot. I did a lot of
Allegedly.
drugs. Statute of limitations. Yeah, no. During
Don't-
especially during the summer when the trees were there, we'd like drink in my backyard at my aunt's, and because we didn't know what to do with the cans, we'd launch them into the tree because we figured
Wow,
if
littering.
Well, because we figured if they fell down during winter, it's not me. I don't know what you're talking about. We weren't hanging out there. The snow.
That's
Littering.
not how-
A little
you know
worse.
what?
Good for y'all.
That's how that works.
Dude,
Yeah.
teenagers don't make sense.
No.
No, they don't.
Like somehow putting space between when you threw the can up there and when they fell would like somehow not insinuate guilt. Like,
when all they have to do is, okay, who was out here drinking?
yeah. Were you drinking out there on December 17th? No,
like,
I was out there
definitely
drinking
not.
July. That wasn't me. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Just never found out.
I never. Yeah.
I like told that to my aunt when we went to visit, and she
Yeah.
was like, "You fucking what?" I'm like, "You didn't know?"
She's like, bro,
She had no idea.
She's like, why didn't you just throw the cans away? I probably would have never saw them anyway. Instead, you just littered in my trees.
So like for me, I never really got huge into drinking, mostly because the first time I ever drank was with my friend. We were like way underage. and I was at his grandparents' house, and
It's always at the grandparents.
my man's brought out NBA Heat, okay, and he was like, I had never played NBA Heat before, and he was like,
I miss those games
and
so much.
he's like, every time we make a 3-pointer, someone else has to take a shot of this,
Oof.
and I was like, cool. I was like, let's try it. I've never tried it
Dude,
before.
everybody,
Why not?
the dumbest things.
So, not realizing he picked the best team in the entire league, my man's was just sinking them left and right.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm drinking left and right, not even knowing what I'm drinking at the time. And all I remember, and this is the only time I've ever actually blacked out, like drinking. And I've never gotten to this point, of course, ever again, because I don't want to. But I just remember waking up in like a pile of vomit on the mattress, right?
Ooh.
And then I blacked out again.
Dangerous.
And then next thing I remember is my head on the toilet seat with my mom yelling at me.
Ooh.
That you know what I will say?
And I was
So,
that's all I remember from that. And then it was Macedonian moonshine.
I have blacked out more
Yeah.
times than I can
I
remember.
almost died. That was wild.
But I have always managed to make it to a bed or a couch. I have never woken up on like the floor.
Not woken up at a toilet
or
before.
like
I've woken up.
the
in a
mornings of
bathroom.
Thanksgiving.
My old roommate used to wake up in on the bathroom floor a lot. You'd like go to piss in the morning and
So-
like, bro, get out of the bathroom.
It's like this group of friends, and like I think like every group of friends has this where it's like there's like the one guy that you just don't vibe with and you don't really like, but everyone else likes them, and they just hadn't figured out what a
Yeah.
piece of shit they are yet.
Yep.
And it's like we went to that guy's house, and like that guy didn't like me either, right? But it's like he didn't like me because I definitely didn't like him. And it was, bro, we just partied a lot. And then like that was the only time I've ever woken up like in front of a toilet. And it was like luckily I woke up in time to go home, and I had sobered up enough to where it's like I went home and it was like Thanksgiving. And I kind of forgot it was Thanksgiving because like my mom was like, "Are you going to get ready? Like it's time to go." And it was
Oh
like,
no, that would be my
Yeah.
nightmare.
yeah, oh my god.
I always was so proud of myself growing up until I was like, I don't know, probably when I started getting more sick around alcohol. But I never was hungover. I never got sick. Like I always felt fine the next morning. And then at some point I hit an age where that just wasn't a thing anymore. And I feel like every year it's just gone more and more and more and more downhill.
Nah.
Like
I can't imagine getting drunk now.
Can
it
I
would
just
probably
say-
be
No.
terrible.
I legitimately cannot wrap my head around alcoholics that are our age or older.
yeah.
Because same thing.
How do you do it?
No, like straight up. Because like when I was young, same thing. Up to my
It's a
mid
liquid
20s,
diet.
my mid.
I got a headache from going on my house
Yeah,
rant.
like
That's what it is. They're not eating correctly, so they're able to put those calories into liquor.
Well, it's not even calories though. Like I feel like just even my.
Because the
like,
thing is, like, if you're eating all of these meals, right?
Yeah.
If you're eating a normal diet, you won't actually be able to like put that in your body without just feeling bloated all day.
So I guess
Yeah.
is that
What it
where
is
the hangover comes from?
what-
it's too many
Dehydration. I think
dehydration.
hangover is dehydration.
yeah, it's
I think.
dehydration.
Because that's what I'm thinking.
But if
about,
they're
is
doing
like,
a liquor
Yeah.
diet and they're just anytime
That's
they
all their
wake
body
up, they
takes
just
in.
drink.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, I had a family member.
So it
that
almost
would do
almost
that.
like it almost like fucks with like the chemistry in your body and
Yes.
shit.
It
Well, I
cha-
mean, yeah, that's why it kills your liver and everything like that because your liver's like,
Because
I'm not
I've
supposed
always
to
been
do
baffled.
this.
You know,
Yeah,
like when I
exactly.
was
It's not supposed to be
younger,
handling 100%
I could
of
wrap
the-
my head
the
around
toll.
it because I don't know. Like I never got hungover when I was younger too. And then like as I got
No,
hangovers, I'm
it's-
like,
yeah, you
there's people that deal with this every
Wake up
day.
ready
Puking
to
rally,
rock.
puking
Every
rally.
day.
yeah.
I mean, because they also say
Fuck!
like, what is it? Like, there's a certain kind of wine is okay. You're actually supposed
Yeah.
to have it like
Yeah,
once
red
a week or
wine.
something. Red
Red
wine.
wine. It's good for
And
your heart.
and it's good for you. Like,
Yeah.
like there are certain things you're supposed to do with alcohol that actually it's beneficial to your body. The problem is when people consume it in mass
Yeah.
and then get addicted to it.
Well, yeah, that's
You're-
like my mom has like essential tremors, and her neurologist was like have like a glass of wine every
Mm-hmm.
night to like just kind of like chill your body out.
No, I mean I stand by this. Like, there's a lot of drugs and there's a lot that are worse. But like
This man speaks facts.
alcohol is legitimately probably one of the worst drugs out there.
Oh,
Like
no, it
there-
is.
outside
Hands
of
down.
like heroin,
No, that's 'cause it's legal.
fentanyl. Like there's not many drugs, at least in my
You wanna know the
opinion,
worst
that are
drug
worse
out there?
than
That's actually worse
alcohol.
than that. Sugar.
I mean,
Yeah.
true.
Sugar literally is the worst drug out there.
But
well,
delicious.
But
Yeah.
it's delicious.
It's
but
the most
Hey,
addictive.
and it literally is the most
it is the
addictive
most
drug out
addictive
there.
drug
I mean
to
that
exist.
from an addictive perspective, yes, but I'm talking about
That
just
and caffeine.
overall everything, like the
Watch your
negative,
mouth.
Shut your
the
face.
negative impacts that like alcohol has on
Touchy
like
subject.
everybody around
You
them,
leave
right?
caffeine alone. Yeah.
Like drunk driving, like this and that,
Yeah.
like right? Like I'm not saying I would want to get get in a car with somebody who's like bumped a bunch of coke. But if I had to choose between hopping in the car with somebody who's driving drunk and hopping in the car with somebody who bumped a couple lines, I'm getting in with
The
coke.
worst thing about
I'd
people who
walk.
do a lot of coke is
If
they
you
won't
wanted to
shut the
choice.
fuck up.
Yeah, that's generally.
It's like,
yeah.
oh my God, take a breath.
Dude, we should do that before the podcast.
What, just a bunch of, I don't need coke.
We'll
to
wrap
talk
the
a lot.
podcast up in 10 minutes.
Alcohol also. My 21st birthday, I invited some people to go out with us. By the way, my 21st birthday was on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
So every couple years, my birthday always falls on Super Bowl Sunday. And even though it's Super Bowl Sunday, the bars are not open past like 8 p.m. So we had to take the party to the apartment. And one of our friends at the time met this girl on Tinder. And they lived like 4 hours away.
What?
He brought
On Tinder?
said girl.
Yeah.
What were their settings?
He brought no
The
no
state.
no
Yeah.
no
The
he
fuck?
brought no he lived 4 hours away. So did
Oh,
the girl.
I was like,
he brought
shit.
her to my birthday.
Oh, God.
4 hours away.
Right, so of course we think like, oh, this is serious. Like he knows her.
So she comes. She actually goes to like the sports bar with us to watch the Super Bowl. Seems cool and all. Then she starts getting a little. She drinks a lot. Like she drank more than I did on my 21st birthday. We bring her back to the apartment. Everyone's hanging out. We're waiting on somebody to show up, and so we're all hanging out on the back porch. And then this girl just yammering on about all this stuff. All the
Just
guys.
yapping.
No. Listen here. You want to know what happened? So what's just going on? I think she and I are the only two girls here at this point. And so all the guys do they exchange this look or something. I don't know what
I could
kind of mental conversation that they were having.
No,
all
yeah,
get
that's-
up.
that's-
No, he-
they all-
that is a thing amongst
he
males.
gave me the
Help me.
help me eyes. So
They
it
all
was like
get up.
hey, let's go smoke real quick. What's going on? He's like, bro, she's fucking crazy. She's like, she won't leave me alone. Da, 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 da. So it's like, in our mind, because at this point, she was being fine with everybody at the table. She was yapping a lot, but she wasn't being weird. She kept going at him. So
and she kept talking about her ex.
Yeah. So
And they're like
Ooh,
custody
yeah, that's a big
agreement.
red flag right
so,
there.
So like we're like, okay, let's just take him out of the equation, and then it should be fine.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Like they'll shoot the shit, they'll, whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently the second we walked away,
Well, okay, this isn't
Like-
just two people, by the way. This is like 4 or 5 guys outside with us.
Yeah.
They all get up at the same time and leave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys,
and then-
we're
guys
going
know
for a
when it's time to
smoke
go.
break.
And then it's just me.
Wait a second. Hold on here. How is that unacceptable? But yet you have females all the time that go, "Hey, let's go to the bathroom together."
Different.
How's that different? How's that different?
Different.
it's not.
So
different.
for now on,
It's
just
not.
say you got to piss.
Yeah, I gotta piss. All right,
Because-
once I gotta
okay.
pee.
Yeah.
Different because they
You wanna
all
come
get
hold
up
it for
and
me?
leave. And this girl just starts sobbing in front of me. This is on my 21st birthday at 10
But,
p.m.
bitch,
Now,
you were
keep in
killing
mind,
the vibe.
I did not know this. We're inside. We have no idea.
They're all inside, and then she just starts sobbing about her life and her ex and her kids. And
Oh,
her,
my- and
all
how
this
old is
stuff.
this lady?
She thinks
I
she's
don't know.
making a mistake, all this stuff, and I'm too sober. At this point, I am way too sober. She is way too drunk, and I'm just I don't know anything about this girl. I know way too much about this girl at this
You
moment.
just hit her with a yardstick. It's like, there.
Well, no, and I text him and I literally am like, WTF? Where did you all go? You guys stranded me with her.
Because it was like we were gone for probably 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. And he was like,
We
oh,
were
no.
all we were doing that thing where you stand in the kitchen and drink more.
Well, because they were waiting for somebody. Well, we were all waiting for somebody that was taking forever. And he texted me back. He's like, oh, we're just waiting for blah, blah, blah to get here. And then we'll all go back outside. So I'm like, okay, they'll be back in 5 minutes. 15 minutes goes by of this girl still
No,
just
dude.
telling me her life story. And I'm just miserable. And I don't know how to excuse myself from the situation.
But it wasn't
that.
just you there.
It was just me
So
and
you
this
did.
girl.
I will say you did a great job of hopping on the grenade for everyone.
Oh, they just left me there.
I think it wasn't hopping on the grenade as much as they pushed her on top of the grenade.
We accidentally left her with a live grenade by mistake. Is what happened.
On my birthday.
Because, like I said, at this point, I didn't know. Like
It's like a monkey with a hammer
This girl
and a
was
nuke.
acting normal. Like she was acting like she was a little
dude.
drunk.
Some people
but it
just
was like
like-
we're all drinking. Like whatever. We didn't think anything
No,
of
I
it.
mean, some people have like they get drunk and it's like sober and it's like
Happy
this slow
drunk, yep.
decline of like the more they get wasted, right? Some people it's like boom, and it's just they fall off a cliff and like their attitude completely changes. Like
Well, I
from
ended
like
up telling her, I was like,
a few drinks in.
I'm not feeling too good. I think I'm gonna go inside and lay down. And I did.
I'm gonna
I
go take
went
a shit.
inside. I went to our room and I laid in bed and I told him, I was like, this is the only excuse I had in the book. I am laying down until they're gone. So he ended up telling his friend, like, yo, she like really like vented everything.
No, imagine
to
too.
bring.
He drove 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'd be
to
like, bro, you
here, and it's like-
gotta take this girl home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so well, they stayed in a hotel that night nearby, and then I don't
because
know.
I mean he was drunk. Like what was he
Yeah.
supposed to
so
do?
we had to stay the night in a hotel
God,
with
that
her.
would have. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
But then,
you could have driven.
well, all the other people were staying at the apartment. I'm pretty sure.
I'd be like, no, y'all
and
can't
then he
stay
ended
here.
up taking just her to the hotel nearby and keeping her there.
Because I think that's what it was. It was like she can't stay here. I'm sorry. Like it's not happening. Like
And at that
because
point-
it was to that degree.
No, that's like,
it was-
bro.
it
I don't
was
know if
bad.
you like. I listen to like these like horror, like true horror story
That is
channels,
a
like
horror
Mr.
story.
like Mr. Nightmare. I don't know.
Yeah.
You would probably dig that channel if you've ever heard it. But no, that's like the kind of thing where you like wake up and they'll be at the foot of your bed with a knife,
Yeah,
or some shit like that kind of person.
Well,
that's
just
like,
a bajillion red flags going
Yeah.
on. They were not together very long. Like I don't even think we're technically
it sounds like they should
together.
have been. Yeah.
Oh, what? Maybe she's the Austin serial killer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
you had an update
Yo,
on that.
I know,
BT
but
Dove.
man, we're already at an hour mark. That would be like a whole
gonna-
dive.
We're gonna have to
I-
save that. Just next.
watched-
Honestly, we should do that. We should research it, and then next week's episode, we just go through all of the.
I am in the middle of a 3-hour documentary about that.
Wait,
really?
Where?
What?
YouTube.
You didn't share.
I was not done watching it. I was going to talk about it on the podcast, but we
Oh
got
my
to
God,
talking about the
unbelievable.
Olympics.
I can't- dude, I'm not gonna lie though. Like you said, like Unsolved, like me and you are the true crime people here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I'm sorry. Like I grew up with Unsolved Mysteries, and like oddly enough, Robert Stack, who was like the host of Unsolved Mysteries, was in Airplane when we watched it
That's
yesterday.
wild.
But like it just doesn't have the same vibe or creepiness. But I was watching the Jack the Ripper one with my mom. And that was like the first one.
Okay,
of
the
this.
second episode, way better. He watched
Dude,
it. He
no,
was,
like,
the whole time he was like, what the
We were
fuck?
like 15 minutes into the Jack the Ripper one. And I'm like, am I crazy or is this really fucking boring?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, this sucks.
Yeah.
And so
I
like we
didn't
quit
watch-
watching. We started watching the Lou Pearlman thing.
I didn't watch any of the episodes past episode 2
That one
because they're
was
all
wild.
about stuff
Yeah.
I already knew
I
about.
still got one more episode of it to go.
But like it's also something like unsolved things, just like I don't get my like closure at the end, you know? Like
No, I like the unsolved things because there is like that, like what really happened
mystery.
kind of
yeah, but I
aspect
don't
of it.
like that.
See,
I like it
that.
all wrapped up in a nice pretty bow and then
I need some
given to
whimsy
me.
with my tragedy.
Do you?
Like, yeah.
Well,
like,
you need to
aliens,
watch
like-
the next episode
Okay.
because that even had him like just the whole time like what?
Dude,
Like, what
I
the
will
fuck?
say like
And that's when I
I
know
hope
that
it's-
it's a good one.
I hope it's
is
better
when it
than
ropes him in.
better than like the worst roommates show because like
Yeah.
dude, I'm sorry, that makes me so mad where it's like it's shit like the parents were like, yeah, they were in a rough situation and yeah, you know, we told them they should leave and it's like, did you offer your home?
Yeah.
Like ever? Because it sounds like you weren't willing to let them leave an incredibly dangerous situation and stay with you.
You're like, pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, no,
bitch.
it's a lot of that, and you're just like sitting there the whole time. It's like when you watch serial killer documentaries, and the cops are like they've captured them like 6 times. They have evidence on them, and it's like they just walked out the back door and disappeared. We don't know where they went. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how? What?
Yeah.
Like, what does that even fucking mean?
Oh yeah, we'll touch on a lot of the. I'll watch the documentary through
Yeah,
and then
screw it.
watch
Next
it
week
again.
will be the murder cast.
Yeah, we'll have a murder cast next
No,
week. We'll talk
I'm willing
all
to.
about the Lady
I'm willing
Bird
to
killer.
have a true crime podcast.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah,
called the
so-
Rainy Street Ripper.
Yeah, so people that don't know what's going on, basically, there is like a serial killer in Austin who targets specifically
The three
me,
guys that
Sean,
did-
and Eric's demographic.
Oh, yeah, our demographic.
Like specifically us, our exact demographic.
Yes, and they just pulled 2 bodies from the lake.
God, they went
over the last
dude,
couple
they
days.
clacked.
They're escalating.
There
Yeah.
has been about 15 bodies pulled from that lake within the last 2 years already.
That's
But
crazy.
this extends back to 2008. But I'll get back to that. But
No,
more
I
on
told my
that
mom
next
about
time.
that serial killer. She was like, never go in that area. And it's like, I don't even know where that area is, Mom. If I'm there, it's by accident.
We also like, look, Mom, I don't drink, so
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Well,
Well,
I'll
we'll
touch
see.
on that.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
see.
touch on that next time.
All right, stay tuned, Billy. Subscribe for more. Get the videos early, a week early. Get I guess technically, if you're seeing this on YouTube, that podcast is available right now.
Yeah.
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 Go do it.
Go watch
Do
it.
it.
Be the George.
Patreon.com/sortastupid. We changed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.